Good morning, everybody. Wake up.
Wake up, wake up.
In Provincetown. This week featuring
Wake up, wake up.
Can I have some coffee?
Wake up, wake up.
Make it strong, please. Hey. Ho. Hey.
Wake up, wake up.
Ho. No, really, can I have some coffee?
Yeah, please.
Wake up, wake up.
Good morning, everyone. It is Friday, March 11th. See, I did it.
You did it.
Welcome to Wake Up in Provincetown. It is a gorgeous day in Provincetown. I got in my car this morning and I was like, it's spring.
Yeah,
It
you
felt like that.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's hyper excited. Vitamin D action.
We are happy once again to have Kristen Becker filling in for Bob. Bob is in LA/Palm Springs.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's there for tennis, I think. And he's also there hanging out with our good friend Murray, Matt, Ahmed, looking real cute. We got the picture?
Oh, yes, I do. Hold on, sorry. Hey,
It's coming. Bob's having a lot of fun.
Does Bob play tennis?
Yeah,
Oh.
big tennis fan and also a tennis player.
Hi, Bob.
But anyway, so
I don't really miss you because then I wouldn't be here.
Right.
I'm kidding. I miss you.
how was your week?
My week was good.
Did you get up to anything wild?
I had, we did the off-season screening.
How would that
right?
go?
It's a great time every
You're
time.
almost done.
Finale next week. Everybody, please show up because it is. I am so into this project, and I'm so into watching it with everybody. We have a great time. We play bingo. It's
Right.
really fun. It's like a little scavenger hunty, but it's.
I imagine there's some twists coming up in the last
Oh my
couple
God! I
episodes.
can't even tell you
I
the
haven't
things
seen
that
it.
happened last night in the episode. Mind blowing. Yeah, I think everything is gonna. You got to understand. There's like 14 characters and 14 storylines,
Cute.
and then they all have to come together in the next 2 episodes. So
Love
next
it.
Thursday, I'm excited. So that's
So
mostly
Thursday at 6, 7?
Thursday at 6.
Thursday at
Yeah,
6, the
here.
final 2 episodes
Final
of
2
off season.
episodes,
Do you know who
yes.
your guests are going to be yet?
I don't. I don't. I'm hoping that there's such a wide array of cast members here that I could kind of work the room.
Yeah.
You know, like an
Just get
Oscar
everyone.
party.
Yeah.
Just interview everybody.
Black
and
tie.
Yeah. Who are you wearing?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had fun this week. Last Saturday, I actually went a little more wild than usual. It was Kaya Cristal's birthday party, going right into Andrew Haig's birthday party.
Ooh.
Yeah, Kaya had a sold-out show at the Crown and Anchor, featuring a lot of locals and also some of her friends from Boston, New York.
Night of 1,000 Kayas.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was hosted by Maddie Lizelot and also Kaya Cristal. They both did a really phenomenal job. They actually took one of Kaya's standards, which is crazy, the CeeLo song.
Yep.
And they worked it as a duet. It was super, super cute.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah. But and then we were scooted over to the Wave Bar for Andrew Haig's birthday. He split DJing with James Cerny. It was tons of fun. Another packed night at the Wave Bar in March. That was March? Yeah. I'm like, was that March? Yeah. So
Town's popping right now.
yeah, this weekend's going to be a lot of fun. The Shipwreck Lounge is open this weekend. Tonight, starting tonight, Shipwreck is open, so that's
Ooh.
back. That's super exciting. It's also Out of Hibernation, which is a bear event. Yeah.
I love bears. You know I love bears.
Here at Wake Up in Provincetown, we're very upset that it's not called Out of High Bear Nation. Mostly because we just like wordplay on puns on puns on wordplay. And if you can squeeze one more in there, why wouldn't you?
I will write a letter
Yeah.
to make that happen.
Yeah.
That
That's an
sounds
Ursa
great.
Men event that they also do Spooky Bear. They don't do Bear Week, right? It's a different group of bears who do Bear Week, but it's going to be a lot of fun. There's a lot of parties happening at the Crown and Anchor. Tonight, the vault is open for a gear party. Tomorrow night is their big party at the Paramount. It's Under Bear Party. See?
It's the Under Bear party?
Yeah, you know what you're
Oh.
doing, but it's just across the board we want that.
Could you elaborate to me? Let's just say I was new to this culture.
Sure.
And I was like, so what's a gear party? How would you explain that?
I kind of don't know. I imagine a lot of like cell block jock straps, right?
Okay, all right.
It's a lot of that.
Is there leather? It feels like a lot of leather?
I think it's like kind of whatever your gear is.
Oh, okay.
So like
All right.
leather, lycra, liquid latex.
Gear comes in many forms.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, great.
I'm just
Good
gonna
to
wear marabou, pink marabou. That's my gear.
I like it. Because when I hear gear, I'm like, oh, bring a dildo. Okay, you know.
That's
but then
that's
you guys
some
already
gear.
have one. All right, okay, great, all right, fine. Too early for that, sorry.
Do you know what
Tool belt.
Do you know what the word for a female bear is? Like a lesbian bear?
Please, I can be one?
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
shit, what is it?
Ursula. Get it? Ursa, the Latin word for bear.
No, I didn't get it at all.
Okay.
All I thought it was the mean sea witch, and I was kind of angry, honestly.
She's a bear.
Ursula?
We love Ursula here at Wake Up. It's like
Ursula's
Bob's
a bear?
Ursula's a
Yeah.
Okay. So I was just complimented. I didn't realize. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm ready. All right, I'm here for it. I was like thinking she doesn't have a beard.
I
Ursula doesn't
guess
have any-
That is where I'm confused about what would make a lesbian bear. Hairy?
I mean, I could
Like
do
a
that.
hairy lesbian?
Yeah, I just
Okay.
trim it to come on here.
Right.
Actually, honestly.
Clean shaven to look professional.
Yeah,
I
you
get
were
it,
gonna,
I get
yeah.
it.
But give me time. I could grow something.
Yeah, but that's super exciting. It's also the Year Rounders Festival. We have Janet Jorgulesco coming in to talk about what she's bringing to the Year Rounders Festival. Yeah, I feel like such a bad year rounder. I've lived here year round. This is my third winter in town, and I've never gone to the Year Rounders Festival.
I've gone to it. I haven't
Fun.
participated, and
Yeah.
I always it shows up, and I'm like, oh, I meant to do a thing.
Yeah, I think I'm definitely gonna stop in tomorrow. That's tomorrow. Janet's gonna talk to us about that
That's
later.
exciting. I love Janet.
Yeah, me too. Trivia was also back here at the brewery this week. It was tons of fun. I think we had like 12 teams. It was super fun here
Wow,
at the
that's a
brewery.
lot.
Yeah. It's going to be at 6 o'clock again this Monday, which will be light out because time changes on Saturday night.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Everyone's like, what's your favorite holiday? People say like Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween. And as much as I understand Halloween, my favorite holiday has got to be spring ahead.
I love it.
Yeah. I lose an hour, but those hours of sunlight at night are just like,
It is a game changer.
Yeah.
To like be able to.
yeah, I think sunset's going to be almost 7 o'clock after that.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Really
Alright,
killer.
I'm ready for it.
What do we got going on in town in news? A couple really exciting change of hands in town.
It
Yeah.
feels like a changing of the guard, honestly.
Yeah,
Like to have
well-
these two back to back.
There's so much stuff going on in town with new people taking over spaces, but this past week, a couple big announcements got made. The East End Market, which is one of our favorite markets in town, got purchased by Oriana, who we love. She was on our show last spring. She was running for the select board. She's been on our show a few times. She's spent the last few years, I think, running Local 186, the burger place, and now she purchased East End Market and is going to be running that. It is actually open now. Reopened under her ownership this morning at 8 o'clock. It's open until 6 o'clock tonight. Open 7 days from now on, I think. So stop in, say hi to Oriana. I think we got a cute little picture of her standing in front of her new spot. Yeah.
She's doing the smart thing. She's like, I'll be a business owner first, then I'll run for office.
Right, exactly.
Smart.
That is smart, but I think anyone in this town who feels impassioned should run for office.
I get told that a lot, and I don't think I will ever do
I'm like,
that.
then I'll have to police.
Are you gonna run?
No, because then I don't have to like police what I say. I like being able to just do and say whatever I want.
Same, and I think there has to be like an active government and also an active vocal
Yeah.
community. That's
Yeah.
not from the outside.
I think my time is better spent making inflammatory statements on community space.
Same.
You know?
Same. That is hard work, and someone's got to do it.
The other place that changed over this week was our good friends Ellery and Claire at Salty Market. They sold Salty Market to Chef Liam. You know Chef Liam from Farm Stand Cape Cod. He ran ramen nights throughout the winter here at the brewery, so I know you know how delicious his food can be. But he's moving. I think the Instagram handle changed to saltymarket.farmstand. Oh. So I don't know if it's going to continue as Salty Market or it's going to change over to Farm Stand. Unsure. But Salty Market's been one of my favorite places on the Outer Cape for quite some time, and I'm very happy to know that it's going to change over to some really capable hands, and it's going to continue being amazing. I do wonder if they'll keep the Senator on the menu.
I don't know it.
It's Julian Sears breakfast sandwich at Salty Market.
Oh, I was curious. I mean, if they will have bagels still, if the Bagel Hound Bagels will be at Salty Market.
Unsure, but Ellery and Claire did also announce, I think, at the beginning of this month that they're going to be opening, like you said, a bagel shop in Wellfleet.
Yep.
I think I have the address for where that's going to be. But they're opening a bagel shop in Wellfleet called Bagel Hound. It's going to be at 955 Route 6 in Wellfleet, which I think it might be in the space that JB's Pizza was in.
Ooh,
next
like at
to
Marconi?
Marconi Beach Outfitters. That is the building that has the address of 955, but there are some like other buildings
Did you
around.
Google map it?
Yeah. Street View.
Your level of research is.
I know, I really
love
killed it this
I'm
week.
excited.
But I'm also glad that they're going to continue making their bagels. Everything they sold at Salty Market was really killer, but their bagels were really special. They've been running, they did it, I think, one weekend where they were like, oh, we're going to make bagels, you can buy them. And it did so well that they just continued doing it. So I'm happy that they're going to have a brick and mortar and be focusing on their bagels. One of the best everything bagels I've ever had in my life.
I'm excited. And if not, I will go to Wellfleet for these bagels. I'll start a bagel delivery service. I will go to Wellfleet,
You're
pick
like,
up bagels, and bring them to town.
Actually a great idea. Also, they released the warrant for the town meeting. Did I write down the date? No. There's 48 articles on 50 pages for the warrant for the town meeting. I do think it's going to be in person, not like they've been doing it in the parking lot at that church, and I don't think they're going to be doing it out there. I think it's going to go back to. I know.
I love it outside.
I liked
I
the
think it's a
open
great
air.
time.
Yeah.
I think it's really.
Yeah. Where I'd never gone to it before. It was outside. Where was it before? Was
Town
it
hall.
It was at Town Hall
Yeah,
inside.
yeah.
So I think they're going back to that format, which is good.
It definitely feels kind of old-timey too.
Oh yeah, the chairs alone make it feel
just being in
old-timey.
there.
Yeah. But there's a lot of really important things. The most kind of notable articles either focus on housing or the police station. The police station's a big one. We're actually going to have Alex Morse and a few other people in next week to talk about the police station. It's been the talk of the town for over a decade here now.
Yes.
One thing that I will say is a new police station is needed. They have a
Yes.
video, they created a video online to show what the state of the police station is now, and it is not cute. It's an old funeral home, and
Yeah.
like the basement floods when it rains.
I don't think that they don't need a new police station. I think my angle is like, is the police station going to service this community and not kind of the national narrative of policing?
Okay,
Right?
yeah.
Like that's kind of been a thing that I've been like when you drive down Route 6 and there's the church and they've got a pro-life thing on the thing, right? Okay, great. But like the average population on Cape Cod is like 55 plus. Half of us are
Right.
queer. Like there's no accidental babies happening here. So
Very
your
that.
talking point doesn't need to be abortion on Cape Cod, right? Like it could be adultery, perhaps. I don't know, whatever it happens in Wellfleet. But like, so the same thing with the cops, where it's like, okay, but what does this community specifically need? I think that's what I'm like really into. Like, are we just like we're beefing up to have
Yeah.
tanks and whatever, or are we like,
Right.
you know,
Yeah,
spending it?
There's a lot of talk of mental health services. I know that people are
We need that.
really trying to get that worked into the police project. We'll see. We'll talk to them next week about it.
Nice.
Yeah. But the article that we're going to be voting on is for a debt exclusion of $8.5 million, which will be added to the $8.6 million approved in 2017. A similar article was on in 2019 that didn't pass for I think a little over $3 million. So we'll see if this one gets passed. I do think it's one of those things where it is necessary and it is going to happen, and the longer we wait, the more expensive it's going to be.
Yes, I agree with that.
Like, if we did this 10 years ago, especially pre-pandemic, when we know, like, labor costs, supplies have all skyrocketed since then. So it feels like we should get it done so that we can have it done.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Just to progress, just to move things forward instead of
Exactly.
10 years of
Yeah,
the
and
same
it's like, let's
debate.
put this problem behind us so that we can focus on the myriad of other problems that we face in Provincetown. Speaking of, the
Yes.
other articles are, a lot of the other articles are first exploring housing opportunities on land already owned by the town. I think one of them is between Shankpainter and Conwell. They want to on Route 6.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
That is
Sorry,
a
I was
point
like,
that
yeah, I was
necessary.
like, wait, what?
They are thinking about eliminating the southbound lane of Route 6 and then using that area to create housing.
Ooh, isn't there a neighborhood? Aren't those the barracks people that are mad back there? Isn't
That's-
that the same neighborhood?
No.
No, it's not? Okay.
Because the barracks is past Shankpainter on 6.
Oh,
This is
okay. Oh,
between
yeah.
Conwell.
Sorry, yeah. Okay.
But
all right.
I'm sure those neighbors will be mad too.
Isn't it the cemetery or the neighbors? Could you imagine?
Right. Well, honestly, it's kind of the neighbors are also the people on Jerome Smith.
Oh, right, yeah.
So the people who do own over on Jerome Smith are going to, it seems like, be surrounded.
Was there any mention of what we're doing for this summer? Is anything being done?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've heard talks of the labor camps, basically. I've heard talks of like, let's just get some land.
Yeah.
And we'll put some trailers on it. And I was like, you mean a labor camp? Okay, yeah, let's do that. That sounds fun.
I am.
Although it would be a great party.
Yeah, and it would also work. It would lessen the problem. But I as I peruse community space, as I am wont to do,
In March, you do that? Don't do that in March. It's a
constantly.
terrible idea.
I know. I'm like, why do I do this? And then I spend my whole day walking around this town mad because of some comment. But like, I know I mentioned this before, and there's this sentiment where it's like workers aren't treated like people.
Well, no, because they're
Where it's like, oh,
workers.
just put them in dorms. Oh, put them in trailers. We'll put tents over there. It's like, that,
I cannot tell you how many times, because I have Summer of Sass, the program, bringing kids, whatever, people have told me, oh, this isn't for workers. I'm like, oh, it's too nice, you mean?
Right.
You know, and I'm like, but I got the money.
Right, exactly.
But yeah, no, there is definitely which is, I don't understand. And it feels, honestly, when I first got here 7 years ago, I was very impressed with, and even in off season last night, they're like, oh, it's Provincetown, everyone's overqualified, right? Because I was very impressed with the way people would move here and become anything, right? Like when I would perform at the post office, the bartender used to be a VP of a bank, and the cocktail waitress used to be, it was a rocket scientist,
Oh, yeah.
right? And so it very much felt that everyone was part of making the town work, because making the town work on Saturdays or like really busy days was really hard to do, and it took a community, and every job was just as important.
Yeah.
And now workers are shit. And it's been in like 5 years, like
I
just
agree.
this decline of like, and I don't know if it's a thing about wages, and so maybe the ex-bankers aren't bartending anymore because they don't need to, and I'm not sure what it is, but there's definitely been a weird shift of community, it feels like,
Yeah.
towards workers.
Let's call a spade a spade. It's like, as you move up in income, I often feel like with that comes an ideology of people being less than, because
That's why I don't ever move up
I
in
work
income.
for a bank and send emails all day. I'm way better than someone who washes dishes, which I feel like was never, along with what you're saying, I feel like that was never the ideology in this town. I always felt like, and especially, I don't know if it's because I work at the Red Inn or something, but I would meet people who would come in 2 or 3 times a week. I would get to know them. They were so great. We got along really well. I felt like there was great respect. And then I would find out that they're they have a really well-respected position somewhere, and I always was like, this is so cool that person wants to get to know me as the bartender, or wants to get to know the busser, their name, their family, their life, and treat them as equals. And I do see that kind of slipping lately.
Yeah.
And especially in the way, and having a separate space for workers that is trailers or tents, it is just going to kind of exacerbate that.
I mean, it's
divide.
already, the campground is, Coastal Acres has multiple business owners that live in, it's starting to become now that when even local business owners have to live in a campground, like that to me speaks volumes
Yeah.
about, the economy of a town.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's people struggling to make this town what it is, and then there are people coming here with their excessive amounts of money because of what the town is.
Right.
And there is a symbiotic relationship between those two, and I feel like half of those people need to realize that they need to play a part in keeping that symbiotic relationship going.
We'll see what happens this summer. Wow, we got serious. Look
Yeah,
at
yeah.
us. Wow, we're deep, y'all. I don't
There's
know
a
if you
couple
know
other
that.
articles on there. Article 18 is for a debt exclusion of $1.6 million to purchase 288 Bradford for affordable / community housing. So it's a lot of purchasing land, using land we already have. I know Alex Morse, one of his big tenets of him running for town manager was housing creation, and I feel like looking at this, it seems like he definitely has his eyes set on that, which I think is really phenomenal.
I'm just curious. So they say 1.6 million for purchasing land. Do they have a plan to develop it at all yet?
I don't know.
I
But
wish they would. I wish when they put this stuff forward, they could be like, we're gonna buy this land, and then we're gonna do this, instead of first we're gonna buy this land, and everybody's
Yeah.
like, okay, but then the next year we had give us the whole thing.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, but it is a lot of them are included where it's I think it's $1.6 million to purchase the land and then also pay someone to figure out what they can do. They can't, it's expensive to do that.
I see,
So they
okay.
want to make sure they can own the land
Gotcha,
first.
gotcha.
That is my understanding.
Okay.
There's an article, this one I thought a lot about this week. There is an article to add a 3% tax. On top of the 6% tax already for short-term rentals, adding a 3% tax on professionally managed units. And based on what I could deduce, professionally managed is based on if you are a person who owns more than one property meant for short-term rentals, it is considered professionally managed at that point.
Okay.
Which I think I see a positive in that. There's people, I know, this is all public record and I did find out about it. There's a person in town, the person who owns upwards of 30 units in town.
What?
4 short-term rentals.
Airbnb.
And I looked up this person and also asked around people who know a lot of people, and no one knew this person, no mutual Facebook friends. And I'm like,
You Facebook stalked.
yeah,
I like it.
It's a person who's never been in this town who's like, oh, I can make a lot of money by owning units there. And I think it is to quell things like this happening. Yeah.
I'm still processing 30. But also, do you have their number? Maybe we could talk them into. Have we
into
tried?
renting.
Yeah, have we tried approaching somebody like this and like with a like charismatic video of like, hey, person with 30.
Great idea.
Could you stop siphoning our community,
They
please?
seem like a business person who's only business-minded.
But you never know. You
Yeah,
gotta
we'll see.
try.
We'll
Maybe
see.
we can offer them something
Yeah.
business-like.
But if you are a member of the community who is a voting member of the community,
Oh, you
You
okay?
You
You
good?
all right? We can't pretend like it didn't
I
happen.
know. Did you hear that? Mark smashed a glass.
Because of 30 units being
Exactly. He's upset. But if you're a voting member of the town, be sure to be at town meeting. These are really important things that are going to affect our community for years and years to come.
And it's such a direct form of government. Like,
Yeah.
that is one thing I really love. Like, oh, we have money to spend. How are we going to spend it? We'll tell you. We're the community. Just
Right. Also, I thought so many of these things were no-brainers. And then in my conversations I've had with people over this past week, a lot of people didn't agree with me. They're like, well, they felt like it wasn't a good idea. So if you have a strong opinion, be sure to make your voice heard.
somewhere other than the community space.
Or that.
Or, yeah, or
Yeah.
just like print up your community space comments and
Yeah.
submit them to the
Right. There's always fireworks happening on community space, and I love when people post things and I'm like, oh, they don't even know. They're gonna get eaten alive.
Yeah.
And
But I think sometimes they do know.
yeah. But they, like, the funny thing is someone did post recently, I was like, they're gonna get eaten alive for this. And I read through all the comments, and like 99% of the comments were tearing them apart. And then 1% of the comments were like, them getting what they want.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm gonna message you. And I'm like, oh, they're getting what they want, and they don't care that everyone's pissed at them.
Right.
Great. I've got a lot of national news going on. I wanted to talk about, there is a Madonna biopic in the works.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is this top secret?
No.
Oh.
Are you a big Madonna fan?
I mean, I liked early Madonna, you know?
You're in luck.
Yeah.
So this film is being co-written by Madonna. Wow, ick from the audience.
But like Madonna now is writing it?
Yeah.
But
But-
I think that's the thing. Like, had Madonna written this
Yeah.
15 years ago, I'd be like, I want to see this.
The funny thing is one of the actresses up for it is a British accent. Is a British actress, and I'm like, oh, they're gonna pretend she had a fake British accent from the beginning.
The whole time.
But so it is going to be co-written by Madonna, but also Diablo Cody.
Okay.
Yay! Diablo Cody is
Someone's going to die in that writing room.
Exactly.
Honestly, like
Right.
someone's
But
not
Diablo
going to make
Cody
it out
wrote
alive.
Juno.
Oh yeah, fun.
She wrote Jennifer's Body, US of Terror, the Showtime show, all
Love that show.
truly phenomenal things. Especially Jennifer's Body. Like, at the time, no one liked it, but like since then, it's grown this really incredible cult following, and I think a lot of the themes are a little more apparent to people now. Like, it was a little ahead of its time with its themes that people didn't understand then they're also understanding now.
I don't think I've ever seen it. I like Diablo.
Oh, it's
I like
great.
Jennifer's Body.
I think you'll like it. It's Megan Fox
I like it.
playing a young high school girl who gets basically.
All right, I like it a little less
yeah,
now. That's creepy. Okay.
inhabited by the devil and starts eating boys.
I like it again.
Yeah, exactly. I thought you were gonna like it. But the big story from this is what the actresses that are up for this role are getting put through. There's stories of 11-hour choreography sessions with Madonna's choreographer and also Madonna watching.
Before they get the role.
Yeah, it's a boot camp before you get the
Wow.
role. And when they do pick the actress is going to have to learn the entire set and choreography from the Blonde Ambition tour, because it's going to be from the beginning through the Blonde Ambition tour. So you like early Madonna?
I do. Yeah,
That's
no,
early
it's going to be
Madonna.
great, but like honestly, I couldn't. Could you? Like, I don't know Madonna. Obviously, I've never met her. But the idea of her watching you, like, she's notoriously known for being like a perfectionist,
Oh, yeah.
and
Oh yeah, it's torture.
What is the mental health budget for these auditions? Because people are going to
Yeah.
suffer.
But the few notable women up for the role, we've got Florence Pugh. She was in Midsommar. She
Okay.
was in Black Widow. Did you see Black Widow?
I didn't.
Okay, you have to watch it. My my takeaway halfway watching it was like, lesbians are gonna love this.
Okay, I'm on board.
It's so fierce. Have you seen it, Ethan?
I started, but I didn't finish.
Oh my god,
I
it was.
hated it. I'm sorry.
It was one of my favorites. It's literally just like hot women kicking ass for 2.5 hours.
You hated that, Ethan?
Oh my god, I thought it was had some of the best action scenes I've seen in a Marvel movie. But Florence Pugh is amazing. I think she could be great. We've also got not Jennifer Garner, Julia Garner. What's her name? Julia Garner from Ozark. She's also plays Anna Delvey in the new.
Have you seen that?
No, I'm gonna start.
Oh my
soon.
god, it's so good.
It's so basic.
And yeah, I would love to talk to you about that once you get into
But
that.
I do feel
because-
like Julia Garner does look the most like early young Madonna.
Yeah, I would say that.
Also, two more up for the role are the two kind of standouts from this past season of Euphoria. We've got Sydney Sweeney, who was also in The White Lotus with our friend Mary Bartlett, and then also Alexis Demi, who plays Maddie. Do you watch
Oh,
Euphoria?
yeah.
So those are kind of the four big standout names. They've also had a few singers, BB Rexa and also Sky Ferreira up for the role. But I wish all these women well in their mental health journey.
I want them to make a documentary of the auditions for the Madonna biopic.
in
like
the same way they made the documentary
Truth or
about the
Dare.
Blonde Ambition tour.
Yeah, no, I think there should be a documentary just about the process
Mm-hmm.
of getting the role.
Making Madonna. Of
Making-
course there will be.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I think my vote's going to be for Julia Garner, though, at this point.
I'm gonna wait and see the audition tapes.
They'll all be amazing. I want to see all 11 hours of that choreography.
It's crazy that they have to learn the entire thing when you know that throughout the movie there's going to be like 3 scenes of her performing.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know, that's crazy.
They're like, well, we just want to put you through the most.
Or they're going to do like American Idol and send them on tour doing the
Right,
Blonde
they're just going to
Ambition
redo the
tour.
Blonde Ambition
Yeah.
tour. That's actually, I would go.
Yeah, I would too.
In kind of scary news around the Russia-Ukraine conflict that's specifically affecting the U.S. is basketball player Brittany Griner was detained in Russia, I think about a month ago at this point. She went missing, and no one even knew that that's what had happened for about 3 weeks. If you don't know Brittany Griner, I kind of know her from when she was on the Baylor team. They were big rivals with UConn, who I went to UConn, so I kind of paid attention. She's, I think, the 5th tallest player in the WNBA ever. She's a
So
center.
was playing in Russia?
Right, she was playing in Russia. So she plays for the WNBA. I think she's on the Phoenix Mercury, I think is her team name. She also plays on a Russian team during the off season. She's a 2-time Olympic gold medalist for the USA team. She's the only NCAA basketball player to ever have more than 2,000 points and 500 blocks, and she also I think she had 3,500 points and 800 blocks.
Wow.
So she's truly incredible. She's the first out gay athlete to ever have a shoe endorsement with Nike, but she was found to have oil vape cartridges in her luggage at an airport in Russia, which is when she got detained. And I think they are charging her with, what was it?
Massive distribution.
Large-scale transportation of drugs and possibly facing up to 10 years in prison.
It's because of the vape concentration. When
Oh,
it's so
right.
concentrated, it's like, oh, this is X amount of.
Yeah.
But yeah, this situation is terrifying.
Right. We have a photo with her wife, Sherelle Griner. Sherelle posted that on Instagram, kind of thanking her supporters and also asking for privacy, which I understand. I think she's scared that this is going to be turned into what it's going to be, which is like an international diplomacy issue.
Well, and I think that's part of why we haven't heard about it, because like Russia's not known for being particularly pro-LGBT or pro-people of color. Right? So I think that's probably why it's been quiet, because let's not give him a reason to make an example. Right? Like, I don't know. This whole thing is terrifying. I don't understand Russia. Like, of all the places, Russia, don't go to Russia.
Right.
You know?
But
the money must be really good in Russia.
This is exactly it. The issue, and I think this is an issue with women's sports, especially in America in general, is these women, a lot of women go to Russia to play basketball in the off season. Like the team that she's playing on in Russia, she also plays with Diana Taurasi, who's like one of the greatest female basketball players of all time, along with Brittany Griner. But they go there because they can make up to 3 times as much playing a season in Russia as they can for the WNBA.
So it's not just Europe in general; it's specifically Russia.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there like
I've
a
never
big-
wanted to be like Russia, but like, could we pay our women basketball players as
Right,
much as
exactly. It's
Russia
like
does? Like, that's
I'm
crazy.
like 1 point for Russia or
yeah,
something? I
like, don't
guess?
make me root for Russia
Exactly,
right now.
right. But I think they just negotiated a big deal with the WNBA, which raised the minimum pay for a women's basketball player to $50,000.
It's insane.
Right.
It's really.
But honestly, I feel like one of the bigger problems is like that's how much someone who plays basketball for a living should make. I feel
$50,000?
I'm just saying the men make way too much as well. They're playing basketball. They're playing a sport.
Oh, for sure.
Right.
For sure. I don't know if 50,000 in today's economy is appropriate.
To do anything. But they're
but-
also playing a sport. But they are the best in the world.
But they're playing a sport. But we have made sports a career,
Yeah,
like as a
that's true.
society.
That's
We
true.
have said that we are choosing this to be our distraction of choice.
Yeah.
And here's a few varieties for you to not look at our war crimes. No big deal, right? Like, so if we're choosing sport as distraction, we can't really, you know.
Right.
I was so thankful for football this year. I went on my like, I'm not gonna watch football because they beat women and they're rapists, and I'm not gonna do it. And then the Bills were winning. And I was like, and the world was on fire, and I was like, I am so thankful
You're like-
for this mindless distraction
maybe some
that I
football.
could invest in emotionally and block out the rest of the world.
Exactly.
So,
But we'll be paying attention to see how this progresses and moves forward, and our thoughts are with Brittany and her family.
yeah, that's terrifying. I wouldn't want any part of that.
I think I've got. Oh, did you see Jussie Smollett finally got sentenced yesterday?
I can't even with that thing.
150 days in prison, $120,000 in restitution to the city of Chicago, and a fine of $20,000 and 30 months probation, which kind of doesn't seem like enough.
And also a handwritten note of why this happened, because that's all I really need to know.
Right.
Like, I want to know what was going on.
Right.
Because it's so here's
You'll
the
never
thing.
get that.
No, but when you look at it, it's like, okay, so this is clearly a mental health problem. There's a part of me that's like, this is not.
Yeah.
What's that look for? You think it was like, I want to be more famous?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Well, that's
that
what.
base.
So I can't remember if it was the prosecutor, but someone said, like, you look at this person and you know there's a side of him who's very kind and nice, but there's also an incredibly narcissistic side of this person, which is what caused this.
Okay.
Like narcissistic personality disorder, but like,
Oh, yeah, a mental health diagnosis?
Right.
Oh, okay, cool. No, that's cool.
but also like, who are we? Like, I created a show to make y'all listen to me once a week, and
Well, that's the thing. Is like stand-up comedians. Literally, I'm like, I got ideas. Give me money. I'll share them with you. Like,
why don't y'all sit here and listen to me?
I have no degrees, but blah.
Right. But I'm glad that saga is a little bit over. I'm sure there's going to be more. After he got sentenced, he basically stood up and had a little temper tantrum in which he once again stated his innocence and also declared the fact that he wasn't suicidal and that if anything happens to him in prison, it is not of his own doing, seemingly because I imagine he thinks something ill is going to happen to him while he's in prison and then be blamed on suicide.
I mean, he didn't like he got hit. Like, what's bad's gonna happen? It makes me. I want to know more.
Yeah.
I want to know who's. I don't. Yeah. all
we'll
right.
probably know more at some
There's
point.
going to be more.
Yeah.
Because what if he was set up? I haven't seen anything. Just to be clear, I haven't seen any reports. It just feels like a big hullabaloo for hit me. All right, here's
The
true story.
evidence
True
was
story. True story.
overwhelming.
True story. My parents wanted me to go to college. I was like, I don't want to go to college, but they were like, you spent a lot of money on your high school education. Go to college. And so I went to college and I didn't go to class. And this that was great. The first semester I got a 0.0. The second semester, I didn't go to class for the first 2 weeks. And then drunkenly told my roommate to punch me in the face so that I could go into class and say, oh, I was in a car accident.
Oh my God.
Because I was terrified of my parents, like, what would happen. So, yeah, so full disclosure, sometimes you just get someone to hit you in the face because you need to get out of some shit.
Right, but
and
you
if
didn't-
had I been an international star, this could be a problem.
But also, like, you didn't put in.
And she couldn't, but my friend Summer came in right behind her and just like decked me. It was incredible.
my
It was
God.
incredible. And then I went to class with a sling. I got a sling and I went to my teachers and I was like, I'm really sorry I missed the first 2 classes. Everyone was like, oh my God, of course, you're fine. Guess what? I went for a week and fucking stopped going to class again.
Another car accident.
No, yeah, right, yeah.
But you also didn't put a noose around your neck, douse yourself in bleach.
No, that would have been crazy. I'm white. That would have never worked.
I'm gonna kill you.
But I did go to the gay teacher first. And be like, oh man.
Smart. I read this article this week about the first out trans woman competing in the Iditarod. Yeah. The Iditarod is a 1,000-mile sled dog race through the wilderness of Alaska and Canada.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's brave.
I didn't realize it was that far.
Yeah, it's a long way.
It's really long. They've competed once before, but this is the first time since she's come out as trans. She actually came out this past Wednesday on March 8th on International Women's Day. Happy International Women's Day.
Well, I thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
A little late in the show for that. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. I'll take it anytime.
But that's super exciting. Last attempt, she came in 14th place and also got Rookie of the Year, which means that she was out of all the people doing it first, she was the first person across the finish line. So congratulations to her.
So she did okay.
Yeah, she
did great. We need
She did
more trans women
well.
doing okay in women's sports. Like, that would really help.
Right. I want to try to say her name, but Apayauk Raitan.
Nice.
She's indigenous. She's from the Inupiaq tribe. Yeah. Killer.
And actually not a big a deal, right?
Yeah.
Because Two-Spirit, this is a whole cultural thing.
Right,
so
right.
probably.
Yeah. Also, more news in the Don't Say Gay bill in Florida. It did pass the Senate, which I
course it
think
did.
just means it's real now.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Yeah. Georgia just introduced a similar bill.
No, it's crumbling fast.
Yeah, it's coming actually really fast.
I have actually gone from, and I don't know if you guys know this, but like, everyone's been on the like queer up P-Town thing, and I've always been like, I don't know, I like a space for everyone to feel okay, and now I'm like, nope, queer it up, let's go,
Right.
here we go,
Yeah.
we got to queer it up now.
Yeah, I think over the past, like, since marriage equality, we're like, oh, let's make safe spaces for everyone, and it's like we're being attacked once again, and also it never stopped, but it does seem like it's escalating, and people are hitting the gas pedal when it comes to that. But Disney came under fire because they donated to every single sponsor of that bill this past election cycle, and there was a lot of calls for action for them to do something, say something, and they didn't. They told everyone they were going to continue donating to these people and said that corporations making a statement does nothing.
I mean, when in the grand scheme of things, truthfully, all corporations donate to both sides of the aisle because they need influence,
Right.
No matter who wins,
Yeah.
right? So that's definitely a thing. But also, screw Disney.
Yeah.
I think between this and then you add like Abigail Disney, have you seen her like just kind of talking about like wages and workers' rights and
yeah.
like
They're
kind of trash.
They're also censoring like their Pixar's new movie coming out, which I don't think is involved with Disney anymore. I'm not quite sure, but their new movie that's coming out, there were queer themes in it that they decided to take out last minute.
I wonder why.
Yeah, exactly. But the CEO of Disney did end up meeting with Governor DeSantis to share his concerns over the bill, and then tweeted, Governor DeSantis committed to me that he wanted to make sure that this law could not be weaponized in any way by individuals in the state or groups in the state to unduly harm or target gay, lesbian, non-binary, or transgender kids and families.
Other than erasing their existence.
Right, and like that's what the whole bill's about, babe. There's nothing else.
Target them if they don't exist anymore.
Yeah,
Right,
what,
exactly.
What gay people? We don't have those in Florida. What are you talking about?
Exactly.
So just to be clear, so I understand this. Two, I'm presuming white straight guys got in a room and decided it wouldn't hurt us at all?
Yeah.
Oh, all right, America.
Yeah, great.
All right, cool.
He did send a memo out to Disney staff and assured them that they stand with their LGBT employees and will be reassessing their donations, but obviously fell short of condemning the bill or vowing to end donations.
When you have that much power and you're too afraid to use it, like you shouldn't keep it.
Right.
What are you're afraid that all the homophobes in Georgia won't come to Disney World? People come from Disney all over the world. Like, you don't need just homophobes in Georgia.
Right.
Or cancel Disney Plus or stop seeing.
Or cancel Disney Plus. Yeah. I got to not see Marvel movies. You just told. Ooh, wow.
I know.
Yikes.
But this kind of goes back to there was an initiative to put a question on the census about your identity within the queer community, and there was a lot of pushback against it, specifically by Republicans, and I kind of was like, why? And then I realized, if you count people and it comes to a fact that they're a significant portion of the community, you have to start, you can't justify not catering to that community and supporting that community. And there's this narrative that it's just there's a few people who you don't know that we're going to talk about and decide their rights and everything. But I think if there were
We're not going to build our society around a
Right.
small percentage.
Right, but I think what a lot of people don't understand is that we are everywhere.
I'm honestly kind of thought that the reason queer rights made the progress that it made is that like gay, lesbian, whatever is the one thing that comes in every color.
Yeah.
And every ethnicity, right? So no matter where you're from, there's someone who looks like you who might be queer, and I thought that was going to be the thing that pushed us through, but then there were Republicans. So
There's a lot of talk about why the gay rights movement moves so quickly compared to other civil rights initiatives, and I do feel like that's...
Other than we got shit to prove?
Right.
Okay.
No, I feel like it's because like you could be entirely homophobic and then have a son or a daughter who ends up being queer, and then you are forced to have that experience. You're forced to have that kind of awakening, and I feel like the infiltration is so organic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So the infiltration. When we get into your straight family, it's when you least expect it.
Right,
From birth.
But that is true.
Don't blame me, this is yours. I'm what happens when you two get together.
Right. We are now going to play a little clip of Kaya Christou singing from her incredible birthday show, A Night of a Thousand Kayas, and then we'll be back with our guests. We'll see you next.
Darkness, though the night is black as my skin.
Kaya Christou, ladies and gentlemen.
There's a light burning bright, showing me the way. 'Cause I know where I've been. There's a cry in the distance. It's a voice that comes from deep within. It's a cry asking why. I pray the answers up ahead. 'Cause I know where I've been. There's a road we've been traveling, lost so many on the way, but the riches will be plenty, worth the price, the price we had to pay. There's a truth in this love. There's a struggle that we have yet to win. But there's pride in my heart, 'cause I know where I'm going. Yes, I do. And I know where I've been. There's a road that we must travel. But the promise
Miss that, you are a fool. And be sure to be there next time.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, last weekend was also the 24-hour play festival, which I heard was fantastic, but unfortunately it was at Kaya's show. But thanks for coming in this morning, Joe.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah. Joe, I want to first talk about you for a second. How long have you been in P-Town?
I've been full-time at P-Town since June of 2020. I moved up full-time from New York.
Nice.
And prior to that, I was coming for the summer since 2009.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
You like it here?
I do. I mean, I came up here to do a play in 2009, and it was like kind of not a great period. And so I was like, I think I want to stay for the summer. And so I stayed for the summer, and then it's just been like kind of coming back every year.
A tale as old as
Yeah.
time.
Yes.
Little by little, you were hooked.
Yeah, it's kind of like, it's just like, I'm not going to do it next year, and then I'm doing it next year.
Great.
You know, so.
Have you been doing more acting in town since then, or?
Yeah, I've done a lot of plays in town, and here in New York, and it's been kind of a nice little gift because I've gotten opportunities up here that I would have never gotten down there, you know.
Totally, yeah.
So
And this
that's
is a great environment to be creative in.
Yeah, there's a lot of good people up here.
But you've got a fundraiser going on next Thursday?
Yes.
Cute.
So there's a group of actors and writers and directors from Provincetown and the area around it, and we've been invited to perform at the LGBT Theatre Festival in Dublin, Ireland.
That's killer.
That's exciting.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, and it's in May, and so we're going to be doing 4 plays there. And this coming Thursday, we have a fundraiser for it. It's St. Patrick's Day, and so I guess that's a good tie-in for an Ireland thing. And it's going to be, I think it's a place I've never been, the Elks Lodge in Eastham. Yeah.
Honestly,
yeah.
a queer at the Elks Lodge, I'm
Yeah.
here for a Cape Cod.
Yeah, so that's where it's going to be, and there's going to be oysters and a little bit of entertainment, but really not too much entertainment. Mostly just food and drinking and
Music, dancing,
music,
Guinness.
dancing, anything Irish you can
Cabbage.
think of. Cabbage, yeah. And so the hope is to raise the money and to pay for our tickets. We were supposed to have a fundraiser back in December, but
Was that when everything got canceled?
yeah, I got COVID, and then that was that.
As did we all.
As did we all.
Yeah.
So we lost that one. So we only have this one now. And so if you can go, it's going to be a lot of fun. And if you can donate, it would be fantastic. The festival itself has been canceled, obviously, 2020 and 2021. So it's kind of a big year.
Oh, totally.
Is there anywhere that people could donate, like online, if they can't make the event? Is there any sort of...
I think something's being posted right now. I don't know. I have it on my Instagram. It's joemcdougall.52. And if you want to just buy a ticket, even if you can't go, that's a big help. We're going to be setting up a GoFundMe also. I mean, there's like lots of stuff going on right now, but you know, if you got $5, that'd be great. Because it'd be really good to go over there, represent Provincetown, get people back on stage.
Yeah, and if you've got $18,000 to rent a place for 4 months, you can donate to this.
Oh, I saw that one too.
Have
There's
you-
2 beds.
Have you ever been to Ireland before?
Yeah.
You have?
I did this festival in 2008.
Oh, killer.
Yeah.
Awesome. And that's the only time you've been to Ireland?
That was it. Yeah.
Are you Irish?
I'm not Irish.
Right.
That was controversial.
Was it?
Yeah.
Why so?
Bob, I guess, put up Provincetown's favorite Irishman or something like that.
And you got eaten.
Well,
you
Jen
got torn apart.
Cabral came to my defense. And
You were Scottish.
Scottish.
Okay.
Oh, wait, that's a problem.
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that a problem?
What are you actually doing in Ireland? Are you? I don't believe you. Are you gonna pull some sort of Scottish bullshit on them?
A little Scottish stuff. No, don't tell anyone.
Okay, I
Because-
won't.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm gonna post in the comment space. Really get people arguing.
Scandal. Joe MacDougall actually Scottish.
Right.
Don't give him any money.
Well, that's really exciting. This Thursday, what time do you know?
7.
7 o'clock.
Don't quote me. I should be more prepared. I think it's
That's
at 7
okay.
o'clock.
Do we have the flyer?
We'll post it on our Instagram.
I have the flyer.
Yeah, or check out his
there.
Facebook.
Yeah.
It's going to be cute.
Yeah.
Guinness, dancing, food. It's a really great way to celebrate St. Patrick's Day.
I don't think it's 7 o'clock.
Okay.
It's on the flyer.
Great. It's on the flyer.
It better be day drinking. I'm here for
Yeah.
day drinking. Let's
Right.
do like a noon St. Patrick's Day.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Winter in P-Town, I'm always here for things to be earlier.
Same.
I'm like, I
not
want to go
next
dance
week.
today. How's it 7 o'clock?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much for coming in, Joe.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
really
of course.
appreciate it.
We hope you raise a ton of money, and we'll see you in Ireland.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks. We did have one more thing we wanted to talk about. Kristen is going to also teach me a little about these things. We have a picture that she sent me yesterday after her trip to the laundromat.
Do you go to the laundromat?
I used to go to the laundromat. I now have washer and dryer in unit, but when I moved into that place, we didn't
you
have a
rich?
washer and dryer yet.
Are you
No,
famous?
I'm just a very lucky person.
Okay, the sign at the laundromat says, "Do not wash bras and or face masks." Okay, and the reason is, according to the sign, that the underwire in a bra. Okay, I don't know if you know this, but when you got big gongas,
Okay.
you got to hold them up with a little extra support. So you
Okay.
actually there'll be like a metal wire.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so this is for a lift and separate effect, right? First point, and so they're basically like, you cannot wash your bras in this laundromat and your face masks, by the way, that's a new thing. Because apparently it keeps the drain open and it wastes water. Number one, is this the only laundromat on the planet that this happens? Because I'm pretty sure women wash bras. Oh, I've washed bras in multiple laundromats, I've never had a problem. Number two, there's an assumed risk of doing business that maybe occasionally you might have an underwire get stuck in. That doesn't mean that none of us get to wash bras.
Right.
Thirdly, there's such a small population, trust me, most of the women here wear sports bras, which means that like per capita, there's maybe like a wire that gets stuck like
Right.
occasionally. And now we all have to have stinky tits? Like this is insane. How is this not discrimination? Could you imagine them
Right.
being like, don't wash jock straps? Could you imagine? The town would lose their mind. But these guys get to I will spend my life promoting a business whoever opens up another laundromat. I will
Yeah.
dedicate my life to making it something because it is buy a new machine. Is your machine I've lived here for 7 years. Same machines. They're shit. I'm so mad about this. It feels like such a the crux of what we mean when we say businesses don't want to pay for anything. There is an assumed risk of doing business. Occasionally sell lingerie bags in your shitty vending machine. Do something that helps. Okay, all right. Sorry, guys. I got National Women.
No, that's great. Oh my God, remember when we used to do rants on the show?
Ooh,
You did it.
Becker's beef.
You did
Here
it.
we
I
go.
love it. Kristen sent me that picture yesterday, and I was like, explain. I was like, I don't understand bras.
It just seems like such a rude, just such a arrogant thing. No, you run a business. Sometimes things will get caught, and it just feels so anti-lady stuff that it's just
Right.
what are you doing?
Also, maybe type up your notes, your posters, so that
That's a big ask for
spell
them.
check could make a little go at it.
You don't think clogges is a word?
Clogges.
Clogges. Anyway, if I get banned from the laundromat now, because that's what's going to happen, I guess I'm coming to your house
Yeah,
to wash my
come
bras.
wash your bras at my
I'm gonna
place.
go wash
all
my
your
bras
all
at-
your underwire bras.
Not a one. I don't own a one. Just so everyone knows, I'm an activist
Right.
for women underwires.
Well, that's kind of the same when you were like, oh, are you rich with my... I've had very reliable housing since I moved here, but I'm still very vocal about housing because I understand the way it affects the community.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's very, that's a lot of tears for safe kind of
Yeah.
vibes.
Yeah. All right, thanks everybody. I really
Yeah.
need to get that off my chest.
But now we
My
have-
sports broad chest. I didn't illegally wash anything. Don't worry.
Right. Please welcome to the show one of our Wake Up family members. We have the incredible Janet Jorgulesco.
Janet knows underwires.
Yeah. Yeah, you need them. They're
need
very
them.
important. There is a guy doing a laundry service here coming.
way.
It's been on Facebook. I don't know his name. Look it up on community space. So someone doing laundry service, because I don't want to wash my bras either.
No.
But they, the whole...
Does he use that facility though?
I don't think so.
No,
I think he has his own everything. That's a
right.
whole deal. Because, we have a whole water thing in Provincetown. If you have a business, you have to, how much gallonage you put into the system and take out of it. It's a whole thing. So
Right.
so maybe we all get to ban the
I'm a big fan
laundromat
of
soon.
Right. I feel like one of the selling points of the West End Salon being sold is that they have a ton of gallons. So maybe
Oh.
that's the spot for our laundromat / cafe.
I will buy me that building. I will put Summer Sass Kids in it on
Sass
top,
Kids
and then they will
Laundromat.
run the laundromat.
We had
down
one in
below.
South Beach called what was it called? It was something where you could drink and do your laundry.
They have those in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Give me a cafe with a laundromat and a.
I mean, we used to smoke in there.
Can we
so
just
your
put some
clothes
wash and
smelled
dryers in
terrible.
here?
It was great. Yeah. I can't even remember the name of it. Anyway, that's me
Right.
getting old.
But we did bring in Janet to talk about the Year-Rounders Festival.
Which is really amazing because I am not an expert about this Year-Rounders
That's okay.
Festival.
Yay.
Someone told me, my business partner, Alan Cancelino, who also has a House of LaRue and we have Red Room, he was like, you need to do this. I make resin jewelry and stuff out of pom-poms, which sounds insane, but that's what we do in the off season.
I love it.
So I've been just making all this stuff and he's like, you have to do this year-rounder. So I didn't call. And then last week, someone came over and saw my stuff and was like, wow, this is really great. You should do something. So I called town hall and they're like, here's the lady's number, text her. So I text her like, do you have a table? And she's like, someone needs to go to a funeral and they can't have their table. You're in luck. And I go, is that luck? Like, 'cause I'm not really sure
Lucky for
that
me.
their tragedy is my success. But so you guys called and they were like, can you talk about the year-rounders? So I called Penny, who's in charge of it. And it's been around since 1980, apparently. There's not a real for sure date that it was started. And it started off as a potluck. And it was so people could get together.
That's really cute.
Now, tomorrow night or tomorrow during the day, don't come tomorrow night because I'll be home. We are wearing masks and we are checking vaccine cards because apparently in Provincetown, half of our community is over 60 that's here year round.
Yeah.
And the Year-Rounders Festival is to show people like me, I have a nightclub, but I make resin jewelry. So you would know that about me if you came and I poured you a drink at my bar. So we all get to know each other.
Are you wearing one? Is that?
I am.
Yeah.
I make a little bit of stuff. I didn't want to everyone's like, bring all your stuff. I go, that's like over promoting yourself.
If
So
you wanna
just
see
come
it, you
see
gotta
me
go
tomorrow.
Where-
Or just come and have a good time. So it's at Town Hall.
But
It's-
where did someone see? You said someone saw it. Do you have? Are they out in town somewhere?
So some people, for my wedding gift, I gave some away.
Okay,
I
understood,
sold some at House of LaRue. But no, it was my daughter-in-law. She came over and was like, this is amazing. And you're like a young person. I'm like, really? Like I've been doing this all winter. So it's usually has a dinner. There's usually entertainment. And it says 35 years not in a row because it's not real. Nobody really knows who started it or how, which is great when you interview
Yeah.
people and they're like, I don't know either. So we're not having a dinner. We're not having entertainment this year, but next year we will.
Great.
And someone said, "Oh, I haven't been in the last 2 years, but it hasn't been in the last 2
Perfect,
years.
thank God.
Like it hasn't existed."
I was like, am I a horrible year-rounder?
Oh no! I mean, are y'all sort of like, "Oh, did I miss the cookie party? I didn't
Like,
this year."
I haven't left my house in 4 weeks.
Right, and I mean, with
a
the
great way to
pandemic,
go.
I mean, last night I hugged people that I haven't seen in forever, and it was so great. It was so great to like hug people again because that's all you want.
Right.
But this is a really fun festival. It's half of it is people like myself, artisans, crafters, whatever you want to call us. The other half is community people that are talking about community issues and also nonprofits.
Great.
So this is a wonderful number. There's somewhere between 30 and 60 tables. So I don't know the number.
Okay.
Again, I'm learning this as you are. Tomorrow will be my first Year-Rounders Festival. I've been here year-round, but I
Also
always
mine,
missed it.
yeah.
So tomorrow you better come.
Of course.
And I'm going to have 2 extra little stools for you to come sit and just talk or
Nice.
whatever. And it's kind of nice to show the community what we do in the off season.
Yeah.
Which, you know, I'm like making pom-poms and thinking I'm insane, but it's okay. So, and then we're really looking forward to the season. Like,
Yeah.
it's going to be great.
Anything really fun going on? I mean, tons of really fun stuff.
Yeah,
going on.
we are really, really excited to announce BUL is going to be our big sponsor. They are taking
Yay.
care of us. We are taking care of them. I worked there last season.
Yeah.
I love Karen Nash. I love her product. I've been begging her, now we'll put it on record. When she does make her edibles, I want to be her rep to sell them because if
Perfect.
anybody can sell edibles, it's this girl right here for all sorts of reasons. So, and I want to hook myself in, so she's stuck with me. So
Yeah, I like
we're
it.
really excited about it. We're gonna have some stuff with you.
Fruit
I'm-
basket all summer.
Yes, which is so much fun. I mean, I like to bartend that because I love comedy, and so our LLC is actually in Provincetown, which we've discussed. But it's I like improv, and that's
Yeah.
a lot of fun. So we're really looking forward to it. We just signed the Atomic Bombshells are coming back.
Ooh,
we haven't seen
fun.
them in a few years.
Fun, fun.
Kitten and Lou, they're so great, and just bringing back all the actors and all the little shows and the big stuff. We've got the underwear party. It'll be Thursday and Saturdays this year.
Great.
So, which is a lot of fun, which helps pay for all the extra fun stuff we get to do at Red Room. So, we're really excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great season.
Jizzle Chef is going to be back.
Jizzle Chef will be back.
We love it.
It's Monday nights. I think this is our 7th year, give or take a year. I'm always going to be kind of
No
fluid
way.
about that.
This
So-
is my 7th year, and I don't think it was. I think it was like the 2nd or 3rd year. When you
So I don't know. I
Five.
don't know math. I just
That's
have a
okay.
business,
That's
so
okay.
it's awesome. No, I'm just
Perfect.
kidding. Put the money in the register, take it back out.
Yeah.
Trevor, are we allowed to talk about Town Hall yet? Pride weekend? So do you know? Red Room is working with PBG to do
Absolutely.
a stand-up showcase for Pride weekend at
Yes,
Town Hall.
yes,
Yeah. So
absolutely.
we're going to launch Fruit Basket, which is going to be the Saturday night show at
Which
Red
will be
Room.
really fun. And then we're doing the Friday night party. Happens to be my birthday. June 3rd is Gay Pride, the opening party at Red Room, which we've done every year. The line of the kids that showed up last year were all sorts of ages, all sorts of hair colors. They came bringing it. So I'm really excited to see who comes. Gay Pride opens up the doors to all sorts of people here in town. So
Yeah.
we're really thrilled to.
I was definitely one of
do
those
that.
people who was like, why the hell does Provincetown need a Pride weekend? And then I saw the people that came for it, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, this is really incredible. It definitely, I think most of the people who came for Pride are people who had never been to Provincetown before. It's
Right.
kind of like the gateway to kind of seeing what
And
this town's all
younger,
about.
and they came for
Exactly.
the day even. Miami Beach, our Gay Pride this year would only be our 14th, so that's how many years I've been here. And I thought the same. Well, we're Miami Beach, we don't need
Yeah.
it. Meanwhile, all the gays moved out of town, including myself. And but it brought more people to recognize what it is that we do. So Gay Pride is important for those people trying to, get
Yeah.
on. And in Florida, it's really important.
Yeah. No, it's.
Especially
And I'm just going to
now.
yell gay everywhere I go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a huge Memorial Day weekend event in Pensacola every year that he used to perform, and I'm really interested to see how it plays out this year because.
Hopefully in big protest. I mean, we have to stand up. There's,
Pride was
you're
a
right.
protest,
Florida's
yeah.
filled with gay people. I mean,
A ton of gay people.
I'm from there, so it's a little embarrassing, but
No.
That's okay. But we'll see you tomorrow.
Be
at
loud,
the-
be proud.
Yeah, please come to the Gear Rounders Festival. I think it'll be great. It's 10 a.m. till 5 p.m. I'll need a lunch break if anyone wants to sit at a booth. You can always bring me something to drink. No, I'm kidding. It should be really great. There's going to be a lot of people in town to just, see what everyone's doing and hug again. So.
Yeah. Super excited.
Nice.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. Thank you again to Kristen Becker for filling in for Bob, and we hope Bob's having a ton of fun
Love you,
in
Bob.
California.
Thank you for having. I love it. I like hanging out with you.
Definitely. We wanted to thank our sponsors, Be Well Cannabis, who we love, exactly. Project Valor Sailing, the Adam Howard Metal Workshop, Red Inn and Cafe Heaven, Crown and Anchor, and the Provincetown Brewing Company. We will see you next Friday. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you hit subscribe.
Good morning, everybody. Wake up.
Wake up, wake up.